Hi, my name's Lee. You're watching Dark Roots Creations, and this is going to be my most anticipated books of March 2022. I've not really done a video like this before, but I was looking at the books that were going to be coming out for March that I already had on my list, and I was like, you know what? I want to talk about these, so here we go. First up is The Night Shift by Alex Finley. This is scheduled to come out on March 1st. I read last year Every Last Fear by Alex Finley. I gave this one 4 stars. I put this on my TBR without really knowing anything about it just because I liked the first book, so I was like, let me continue on with this author. One of the interesting things that I did see as I was looking at the description of this book is that it is, well, let me just read it to you. It's New Year's Eve 1999. Y2K is expected to end in chaos. Planes falling from the sky, elevators plunging to earth, world markets collapsing, a digital apocalypse. None of that happens. But at a Blockbuster Video in Linden, New Jersey, 4 teenage girls working the night shift are attacked. Only one survives. Police quickly identify a suspect who flees and is never seen from again. 15 years later, in the same town, 4 teenage employees working late at an ice cream store are attacked, and again, only one makes it out alive. Both surviving victims recall the killer speaking only a few final words. Good night, pretty girl. In the aftermath, 3 lives intersect. The survivor of the Blockbuster massacre, who's forced to relive her tragedy, the brother of the original suspect, who's convinced the police have it wrong, and the FBI agent, who's determined to solve both cases. On a collision course toward the truth, all 3 lives will be changed forever, and not everyone will make it out alive. Twisted, poignant, and redemptive, The Night Shift is a story about the legacy of trauma and how the broken can come out on the other side, and it solidifies Alex Finley as one of the new leading voices in the world of thrillers. The thing that sticks out to me most in this is the Blockbuster in Linden, New Jersey, because that is literally steps from where my husband and I met. There was a Blockbuster in Linden, New Jersey, and we worked at the Pathmark right down the street, like 1 block away. So this really was that just like kind of like clicked to me. I tried to do a little bit of research on Alex Finley to see why he particularly picked the Blockbuster in Linden, New Jersey. I don't see any connection, so I in my mind am guessing it's an ex-girlfriend and he is going to kill her in the book. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there. But anyway, so this sounds really interesting. I do enjoy thrillers. Like I said, I enjoyed the first book by him, so this sounds really good. Next is The Book of Cold Cases by Simone St. James. This is scheduled to come out on March 15th. I've read a couple other books by Simone St. James. I am a fan. They are thrillers, and they usually have like a past and present storyline that meet up in the present somehow. So this one says, in 1977, Clear Lake, Oregon, was shaken by the Lady Killer murders. 2 men, seemingly random, were murdered with the same gun, with strange notes left behind. Beth Greer was the perfect suspect, a rich, eccentric 23-year-old woman seen fleeing one of the crimes, but she was acquitted and she retreated to the isolation of her mansion. Oregon, 2017. Shay Collins is a receptionist, but at night she runs a true crime website, The Book of Cold Cases, a passion fueled by the attempted abduction she escaped as a child. When she meets Beth by chance, Shay asks her for an interview. To Shay's surprise, Beth says yes. They meet regularly at Beth's mansion, though Shay is never comfortable there. Items move when she's not looking, and she could swear she's seen a girl outside the window. The allure of learning the truth about the case from the smart, charming Beth is too much to resist, but even as they grow closer, Shay senses something isn't right. Is she making friends with a manipulative murderer, or are there other dangers lurking in the darkness of the Greer house? I will say there is always a slight element of paranormal-ish to her books. Again, you see what I mean just by the description of it's like two timelines that are somehow going to meet up. Again, I didn't know what this book was about. I've just liked her other ones, so I threw this on my TBR, and it does sound interesting, and I'm looking forward to reading it. Next is 9 Lives by Peter Swanson. A year or two ago, about that, I read 8 Perfect Murders by him. I gave that book 3 stars. I thought it was good enough that I would give this one a try. And again, these all seem to be thrillers, but which kind of goes perfect with March for March Mystery Madness. So let's see what this one's about. 9 strangers receive a list with their names on it in the mail. Nothing else, just a list of names on a single sheet of paper. Shingle sheet of paper. None of the 9 people know or have ever met the others on the list. They dismiss it as junk mail, a fluke, until very, very bad things begin happening to people on the list. First, a well-liked old man is drowned on a beach in the small town of Kennewick, Maine. Then, a father is shot in the back while running through his quiet neighborhood in suburban Massachusetts. A frightening pattern is emerging, but what do these 9 people have in common? Their professions range from oncology nurse to aspiring actor. FBI agent Jessica Winslow, who is on the list herself, is determined to find out. Could there be some dark secret that binds them all together? Or is this the work of a murderous madman? As the mysterious sender stalks these 9 strangers, they find themselves constantly looking over their shoulders, wondering who will be crossed off next. It sounds kind of like that, like a cat and mouse type of thing. Again, I'm willing to give him another try. This does sound interesting. And I've just really had like the vibe of thrillers coming up. So, oh, this one comes out also on March 15th. So those are the books I'm most looking forward to reading in March. What are you guys looking forward to reading? Please let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.